Dear friends, hope you are all doing well. I am Srinivas in front of you once again. My dear friends, whenever I talk to you on anything concerned with the human personality or anything, the first thing I would always like to talk to you on only single point, how to increase the strength of your mental power and your emotional power, how to keep up the sanity of your emotional health of your brain and your mind. Because this is the area which kicks you, the whole reflexes and action and reaction and the logics and everything of your body is dependent on what is being stored here and how you are being used it and how you are being misutilizing it. Nowadays, wherever you are going, right from a small kid to the very old person of 80 years, they feel highly stressed up. There are so many reasons. There may be very genuine reasons why a person gets stressed up. But 90% of the reasons why a person is getting stressed up is artificial only. It depends upon the manifestation of some of the things which actually do not happen in the real life. They actually think and feel that it is going to pound upon them, that makes them to really feel the stress and sick mentally. Stress is nothing but a feeling of you are being overwhelmed by certain sort of emotional and psychological thing. Basing on that, you will become totally incompetent to do anything. You know something is happening, but you can't find out what is getting happening. So I always tell you, my dear friend, mind is the area. It is like a hard disk and in a computer here, and that we are actually using not even 10% of the what is being stored in our mind naturally by the Brahma, and we are very partially using it. And just think how your performance will be in a society, in your office, and in your house, and in your personal life. Have you experienced the real functioning of a mind? You know, it just makes you to fly in the air. So that is the greatness of our mind, and that is the importance of keeping the mind sanity emotionally. Between going further into the matter, I want to tell you regarding some mechanism in the mind. As you know, the mind is a very complex structure with neurons and motors and all. Where the mind is the only area still our scientists are unable to decode completely. All other organs have been decoded and they can replace it with any other thing. They are doing that. But mind is the only area, even the greatest places like Oxford, Harvard and Stanford, people are still doing the experiments on the mind. So such is the complicated circuits in the mind. And I want to tell of one peanut-like size. It will be just not even a 1% of the weight of the total brain. That is called hypothalamus. It will be there in the center of your brain here. That is the control point which will be controlling the total your hormones, your stress levels, your body temperatures, your reactions, and everything. It will be controlling there. It's a control tower there, and it will be monitoring your well-being as far as your emotions and your actions are concerned here. Actually, now I want to tell you in a nutshell why God has created a stress-controlling, stress-fighting hormones. We have got two hormones. One is cortisol, the other is adrenaline. These are the two hormones naturally released by the brain whenever it senses that you are in a problem. So these two hormones will give you extra power to face the situation of an emergency. The moment it gets a signal that you are in an emergency, you get that extra kick and extra power that is being generated by this very tiny component called hypothalamus, and it releases these two hormones. Our body is created by the Lord Brahma in such a beautiful way that everything work in unison and everything work in automation. Everything they work as per their work unendingly, right from the child, the first breath to the last breath. All the functions will be going on automatically and mechanically. It is a total automation setup in our body. So normally, then you should ask me why there is a hormone called stress. So there are certain situations. Suppose you are going in a garden, all of a sudden you happen to see a cheetah. As what we have got in Bengaluru and nowadays, the cheetahs and all coming from the jungle, because we are occupying the jungle and we are going into their area, and occasionally they are coming and meeting the mankind. So the moment you look at the cheetah, what you will have, what your brain will immediately release the stress hormones which give you extra power to react to the scene. in an appropriate way such that you can escape the attack of the animal which is in front of you roaring. So immediately there will be two options that will be generated from the mind, two signals. Either you have to fight with the animal, kill it, or if you are incompetent, you have to run away. That is called flight. So there you will be in a situation automatically created by the mind. It will itself decide, oh, I am alone, I cannot fight with this animal, it is a beast. Then immediately I will get an extra power to run like Usain Bolt and go into a safe area. This reflex of the mind is called fight or flight. So this is our natural reflexes. Very rarely it happens, and it is good for us only because our fighting mechanism in the hypothalamus is working perfectly. But what will happen if every day you give a test to the hypothalamus by creating artificial problems, thinking overly and covertly in your own mind that some bad is going to happen to you. My office, I am going to lose my job. The kid feels that he is not going to get first rank in the college or a school, and the other fellow will say, I may not get MBBS seat, and the person who is in JEE and IIT people, whether he will get a MNC or not. Once the fellow who gets an MNC, again the stress will be that whether they can perform in the foreign national company and they go to the tune of their demanding work nature. And the people at all the levels like to an old man, whether I can face the old age. I may not be having the mental pressure, or it may not be real. If it is real, okay, automatically this thing is there. But these are all the brain. You are creating a false imaginary figure to the brain, and thereby you are using these stress control hormones, this cortisol and your adrenaline. And yet 24/7 you are making the hypothalamus to get your mind and your body ready to face the situation which is actually not a correct one. That means you are creating a false notion to your hypothalamus and you are spoiling the fully automated mechanism, and ultimately you are making it overused, and thereby you are making the brain to commit the blunders in calculation and in your logic. I will tell you in a nutshell what happens if you are in a stressful mood. This flight or fight approach, the adrenal gland, what it will make you to prepare. The moment you feel that you are in a stress, whether it is artificially or in a real sense, immediately your pupil will become more dilated so that you will be able to look at the things properly. And your mouth will dry and you will not get any saliva, and your heartbeat will become double. It is out of 80 beats it will pump 120, 130, 140, 160, and your breathing becomes very profuse breathing will be there, and there will be a lot of sweating will be there, and all the blood supply will be coming to your muscles and all, and there will be no blood supply to the stomach. When this is a situation, once in a while it happens, there is no problem. But all of 24/7, 365 days, when you are exposing your body to this type of artificial hacking of your body mechanism, misutilization of the body mechanism, the body loses its rhythm and control and starts behaving in an abnormal way. So this is, if it is happening, once again I am telling you, if it is happening in a real way, it is good. But because of your stress and your depression and your overthinking of unrealistic things, you are making your body to work in a most unnatural way. My dear friends, regarding this stress, I have gone to the digital libraries of most of the best universities of psychology departments of the world, universities like Stanford, Harvard, Oxford and other universities, very big universities, and I have read about this concept called stress. So everywhere they have comprehended the disastrous result of a person undergoing a stress, and nowadays because of a small reason, people they intend to get a lot of stress and they are behaving in an abnormal way. Now the SOS is not for the body but for the brain. If your brain is damaged, you are seeing what is happening in the entire world where there is a lot of calamity. My dear friends, I tried to, because the subject is very vast, and within the available 10 minutes I wanted to explain to you what is stress, how it creates naturally or unnaturally. Once the stress is created, how the body creates. In my next lecture, I will tell you how to control the stress. Thank you. God bless you.